Hello,
Hi,
Flosstube. I'm Connie.
I'm Melina.
And we're
Count Twice, Stitch Once.
We're here with a long overdue update to our stitching. It is Tuesday, May
6th.
6th. And we have a lot to talk about because I have a lot of stuff.
Me, not as much.
2 retreats and a spring mingle and shopping.
Yeah. All right, let's get in it then.
Okay.
What do you want to start with?
I'm going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
And just kind of go through stuff. So you can jump in whenever you need to jump in.
Okay.
First off, I was working on the Collector's Heart, 2025 Collector's Heart, which I was going to do for my small exchange for Stitch West. And I got all stitched, but is that upside down? No. And yeah, as you can see, it didn't make it there. So I didn't do the small exchange. But I thought about maybe making it for a smalls exchange at StitchCon, but we'll see. Because we're leaving Thursday and then I won't be home until like a week before I leave to go to StitchCon. So I don't know if it's going to get done.
Sheesh. She can't hold still.
So anyway, that was that. I also worked on Bonhomme's de Neige Automne, however you say that. I'm sure I didn't pronounce it right at all. From Collection Tra-La-La, this autumn one. And this is how far I am now. I did work on it quite a bit the last day or two and a few days after we filmed. So that was the day we filmed. That's what I worked on that night. And then I also worked on Lolly Claus on St. Patrick's Day by Satsuma Street. And eventually I finished her. There she is finished. She's so cute. She is cute. It's her sparkly sequins. Well, I got her done. And I also worked on the Collector's Heart and the Bonhomme's de Neige several times until I guess March 25th. Then I worked on Easter Parade from the Jelly Bean Jubilee book by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle, and Easter Parade is this one, which I also finished. Cute little chicks with their carrots. And then also sometime within that is this one, which I can't remember what the name of it. Jelly Bean Delivery, I guess that's that one. With that little chick done. So now I have everything in that book done that I was gonna stitch.
That's pretty good.
I know. And I
Now you just gotta FFO
them. That's right. Then I got the Lolly Claus. I finished that. I went to the normal public library. Had a cottagecore embroidery meetup at, well, it's not actually at the library because the library is under renovation, but in the building where they met up, and they had probably about 10 people were there. It was really fun. And I wanted to go to the next one, but it's out of town, so I couldn't go to that one. And then I looked for May, and I
I don't know that that's a reoccurring thing.
She said they were gonna try to do it every month.
There's like, anyway.
Anyway, it wasn't on the agenda, so. Anyways.
I had a finish. I don't think it was in March, but it might have been March, but I'm thinking more it was early April, but I'm trying to stay on your timeline here. So this is Winter by Rosewood Manor. These came with the threads in them, and I finished Winter. I was supposed to finish it during Winter. I know that I finished it after it was already spring, though. But I think once I was like, oh, spring's over, it lit a fire under me that finish it. So I
It
did.
looks so pretty.
So that's it. And these fit in a standard 5x7 frame. So
Oh, nice.
I only have spring left, and then I have all 4, and I can pick out a frame, and I can just change them out for the
There you
season.
go. Nice.
So almost done with that series.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I started on March 29th. I started this, This Nest is Best. Yeah, let me get it out of the bag. And that's this one by Old Colonial Designs. And I finished that at some point. And that's the finish. Now I have to FFO it into a drum. So it'll give me practice for my other drum.
There you go.
The collector's art drum.
Some drum practice.
Yeah, some drum practice, even though it's a lot smaller, but same
So,
concept.
It is the same concept. It shouldn't be too far different.
Yep. And then I also worked on, kept working on the Bonhommes de Neige since I'm stitching that over one on 32 count. It's been taking me a while. So then I started Mary Mouse from Brooks Books Publishing, one part of the Advent Animals. Why she has 3. And I finished her at some point also. There she is.
She just like a start and a finish, and a start and a finish.
Yep. All of my 70 starts. I'm trying to finish them all as I go. Some of them worked and some of them didn't. So I still have 5 to go. 5 finishes and I'm up to 40 starts, and I only have 5 that aren't finished.
That's pretty amazing.
I know. Then I worked on on my birthday. I finished Mary Mouse, and I worked on Bonhommes de Neige. Then I started the Prairie Schooler Prairie Fairies, the Crow Fairy, which I also finished on April 5th. She's so cute. I love her. So I have all the frames for all of these. I bought them a long time ago at Michael's. So I'll get that frame. Those are all stitched on 32 count Lugana.
It looks like we
Can't remember the name of it.
That's okay.
Babbling Brook or
Something.
something. And if you hear a bunch of noise in the background,
Deal with it. There's mowing.
My husband decided to mow.
The neighbor's
and then my
mowing.
neighbor decided to mow, so too many mowers.
Mowing season
Mowing season.
is upon us.
So then I also started the frog. Oh, here, this will tell me what. Summer Sky 32 count Joplin. That's what it is. And here's the frog fairy, which I also started. One that's not finished yet. So hopefully I can get that finished. Within the next month.
Maybe.
That's my goal. I'll have a lot of stitching time while my husband goes to his golf tournament and I'm alone
That's true. You probably will get stuff done then.
for about a week.
Yeah.
I'll have time, lots of time to finish stuff.
And then, okay, I'll jump in. This one is Spring by Rosewood Manor, just like that winter one I showed. And I started this one right after I finished that winter one. So this does count as one of my new starts also, and that's where I've gotten on it so far.
That one's looking pretty.
Still got to get it into gear here because spring's almost done and this is not almost done, so.
Well, at least they have till June, so
Yeah.
21st.
Yeah. But, you know, it goes by faster than you think it will. And
True.
this is when I stitch on it at very specific time, so it doesn't get a lot of time stitched on it. So, yeah, but it started, and it, I mean, there's a pretty fair amount done for being a start, so.
Yep. Okay, well, then on April 7th, I had buku starts because I signed up for the Black Needle Society down the Abbey retreat in a box. It comes with a box and then also comes with a virtual retreat. So I started, and they had stitching challenges, which if you stitch the chart that comes with it, then you can count that for all the stitching challenges. I don't stitch the chart, so I came up with a bunch of stuff. So one of the things that I worked on was Yuletide Shanty, and I worked on this a lot during the retreat also, so I got some more done on it because one of the stitching challenges was to stitch on something with text. So I started the bottom of this drums and it just only text, and then work on something with a sea creature was one of the prompts, so that was the whale, and I worked on the whale. Still not done with that giant whale. I got some more of this stuff over here done. And then work on something with a ship was also, I think, one of the things. So I started the ship, which is the top, and hopefully I left myself enough room there, I'm hoping. But where's the chart? So there's the chart, that's the ship, as you can see, and then the whale, and the text is on the bottom, which is right there. So that is stitched on 32 count Splash Lugana by Picture This Plus. So that was my stitching on that before the retreat and also during the retreat. I got a few more stitches done. Probably not enough, but there you go.
Making progress.
That's my oldest whip. So most of these other ones that I started, like this one is Kathy Haberman, Hands-On Design. She does a Valentine stitch for her husband every year, and this was one of her freebies called LOVE, and that was a stitching challenge to stitch on something with love, which is in quotes. So if it's in quotes, that means it has to say the word love. So I started that, and I finished this at the Stitch West retreat. So I got to go ring the bell.
Nice.
That was that one. Then I also started this Ghosty Ghost, which I love, the Ghost Trilogy Essence, stitched on 14 count sky blue, I think, paper, I love the way you can see through the cat, like see through the ghost to the cat. That was pretty cool how they did that. So it has mega beading in it, which you can't really see. Maybe back in the light, probably not.
No, it's
No.
too bright. Didn't see
There you
it
can
up
kind
close.
of see, but it has a lot of beads. It was fun. I also finished that at the Stitch West retreat and got to ring the bell. So there you go.
Twice.
Twice, 2 finishes. Are you still stitching, or you want to
I
talk
can
about
talk.
something else?
Sure. I did another new start. I don't remember if I showed this last time. I don't think that I did, but there's a chance I did. So this is another Rosewood Manor Seaside Sampler. I got the fabric for it when we were at Beautiful Ship and Stitchery, and I did start this. It's not much to look at. This is the bottom of it, but it doesn't really matter. It's a line of half stitches crossed every 10
But look
to
at this
count.
beautiful fabric.
So, but I did start it. I feel like that's a big enough thing to say a start on
Yep.
it.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get that whole row done on the bottom. It's this giant bottom row of this wave thing across here. So that will give me like a good
Yeah.
measure of how big it is, and then I can chop the
There you
fabric.
go.
So
What? Chop.
I've been living on the edge.
Why would you want to do that?
So that's one of my starts, but I haven't gotten back to it really since I started it. So
Well.
I've been focused on some other things, which you'll be able
You
to tell
started it.
shortly. So
Well, another thing I started was Gold Rings by Satsuma Street, and this was for stitch on something with a ring. There's my finish. I finished that on my trip out to Utah. Ooh, I like the way you can see the sequins sparkle. So I didn't realize that when they I think it said somewhere on Satsuma Street that the 5 golden rings was actually for the 5 rings on a pheasant's neck, which I never knew that. So anyway, that was that finish. Then I also started Santa Cruiser by Satsuma Street. And I also finished him on my trip to Utah.
those are all cute.
I had a lot of car time, so I got a lot of paper stitching done. So I like that reindeer peeking out the back. So cute. And then I also started Brooks Books Publishing Summer. I only have the chart, but I'll hold it real fast. I didn't print the cover of it, but this is called the Summer Pantry. And this was, I was stitching on this for the stitch on something with a dessert prompt and something with a kitchen tool prompt. Because I figured it had a pie tin and it had a mason jar, and they had told somebody else that a mason jar would count as a kitchen tool. So,
That makes sense then.
so there you go. I use that for 2 things. But this is also one of my ones that's not finished. So that will be coming on my trip with me, and hopefully I can get that done. And then I also started Liberty Girl by Nikki's Creation Primitives. I stitched this before on this called for fabric, but I didn't stitch the border, and I did it as a stand-up and used it for my Smalls Exchange for StitchCon in 2023. So I am stitching it this time on 46 count, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to make it into a stand-up. That's as far as I got, which is real exciting there.
It's like my line earlier. Sometimes that's the start.
But this is called Colonial Fireworks by Dames of the Needle from the Cauldron, and it is 46 count. And that's what I'm stitching that one on. So that was also one that I'm bringing with me, and hopefully we'll get that done. This other one, no, that was not, I did not start that on the 7th. So those were the only ones I started on the 7th. And then I worked on Yuletide Shanty several times. And then on the Downton Abbey, I can show you all the goodies we got in the box. This was the spoiler card. And we got this soap. I think that's the soap. Yes. I'm not a big fan of the smell of the soap, but I'm a big fan of the beauty of the soap. Because it's so pretty. Look at all that sparkly gold and the ombre. It's really pretty. I just not a big fan of the smell. It's O'Brien's heard whispering of Lady Grantham's hunt for a new lady's maid, and she's feeling more than a little vindictive. Check beside your bathtubs to make sure a piece of this bar doesn't send you tumbling in the bathtub like it did Cora. It was curated by the Black Needle Society. So, one of the other things we got was Lord Grantham's Custom Blend Tea, which I have not opened because I'm not really a tea drinker. I'm more of a coffee drinker. This was made by Adiago Teas. Mrs. Bates certainly has some cheek to show up, sip some tea, and demand Mr. Bates leave Downton. Although from what she said, it sounds like Lord Grantham has a fairly delicious blend of tea around. Have a cup while you sit back and watch the drama unfold. Then we got the needle minder, which I think I took out. And this is the needle minder, which is there are plenty of hours. Oops. Plenty of hours in the day, and there's always the weekend to get your stitching done, though Granny may need a bit of an explanation as to what you're referring to. We've designated this cameo-inspired needle minder in her honor. And this was artwork by the Black Needle Society. That was the needle minder. And we got this from Mrs. Palmore's Kitchen, a recipe book with recipe cards and little binders and hold them. I didn't put them all in there. And this is the recipe cards, set 1. Want to try a taste of Downton Abbey during the retreat? While we couldn't send you your own private Mrs. Patmore, we did come up with 12 recipes inspired by the events and kitchens at Downton Abbey in seasons 1 and 2, which is made by the Black Needle Society, the recipe cards. And from Mrs. Patmore's Kitchen recipe binder, artwork by Heather Gretton Art. Want to cook like Mrs. Patmore? Keep all of your best recipes in this recipe binder, inspired by the busy Downton cook herself and her favorite kitchen maid, Daisy. Most of the recipes I don't know that I would make, but the tea sandwiches sounded good, and cheese souffles sounded good. And Parmesan straws sounded good. Some of them I would make, but not all. Then we also got this little, come out. I like this one. This is a zipper pull artwork by the Black Needle Society. Granny told Mary to take Matthew when she had the chance, despite what cousin Isabel may believe. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, as Gran would say. So that's his Put that in your pipe
Maybe.
and smoke it.
It's not focusing.
Or focusing a little bit. So cute. I like that saying too. Put it back in your pipe and smoke it. Then we got some beautiful flosses, colored cotton, and I love the way these are named. Spanish flu spreads across Europe. GB declares war on Germany. Turkish ambassador found dead. And the Titanic disaster. They're all like disastery stuff. War and death and sinking of ships. That was pretty bad. Anyway, we've gathered some of the splashiest headlines from seasons 1 and 2 of Downton Abbey to inspire this year's thread set. They were funny names. We got this beautiful, beautiful fabric, which is by Lara's Fabrics. It is 32 count linen in fat 8. I feel like it's looking a lot darker.
Yeah, it's
screen.
lighter in person, but the modeling is matching. It's just lighter. All of it is lighter.
Yeah, it's way lighter. Anyway, that fabric, what's it say about it? One of the most iconic pieces of costuming from the Downton series has to be the Dowager's purple cotton ball hat. We asked Lara to create inspired by the bold fashion piece. So I think she did a good job. It's a very pretty. I love that fabric. Then we got a thread winder that says even a butler has his favorites, m'lady. Carson's thread winder made by NTSD Gaming. Carson doesn't hide that Lady Mary is his favorite member of the Grantham family, while the butler stick Carson uses to set the table to precise measurements is probably longer than 12 inches. We felt this was an appropriate size to send for a thread winder. That's that. Then we got this cute little typewriter beeswax by Lady Dot Creates. Gwen has great ambitions to leave service to become a secretary, and with Lady Sybil's help and some practice, it might just happen. Anna may want to use some of this wax to stuff her ears while her roommate taps at the keys. You can use it to lightly coat your thread before stitching so it lays nicely and you avoid knots. We got these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous scissors. That are curated by the Black Needle Society. We hear Mr. Mosley has some exceptionally beautiful roses at this year's flower show. Though, as Cousin Isabel likes to remind us, it's a shame that the judges feel obligated to award the Grantham Cup to the Dowager each year instead of the true winner of the event. Maybe Mr. Mosley can use these scissors to prune what should be his winning rose bushes. No, I don't think so. I think those should be used by me. Then this is the chart designed by Katie Landis of the Black Needle Society, which was an awesome chart, and it's going to have several other components that go around it, but as I said, I don't usually stitch the charts. I mean, I like Downton Abbey, I just don't really know, I don't usually stitch fandom. I like it, but I don't know. I don't feel the need to have it hanging up, I guess. We got this beautiful project bag also. which it is the annual servants' ball, and staff and family have come together for a night of dancing. Thomas has claimed the Dowager Countess as his prize, but Matthew may have beat him as he's taking Mary for a turn around the room. And this was artwork by Ellie Goldwine Art. Pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was all we got in the box. So, as we went through the retreat, most of the things that I showed you were things I started. I actually did start this during the retreat on Thursday. This is Barbara Anna Designs Sea Dandelion, and it is stitched on 32 count evidence by Steel City Stitchers Jody. I since have finished it since I got home. I actually finished it during the spring mingle that was hosted by Lindy Stitches this past weekend. And this came from summer of 2021, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I had to change some of my colors because the color I picked was obviously not this dark, and some of it is kind of hard to see on mine, but I still think it turned out cute.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
So I finished that, not at the retreat. I also started this during the retreat and finished it the same day. I don't have the pattern because I could not get it to print, so I sat there and hand drew the chart because it's tiny. Because we needed something that said with the word vote, and so this is I voted, so therefore it counts because it has the word vote in it. Started that and finished it during the retreat. Because, you know, it's teeny. So now I just need to make it into a little pin or something, magnet maybe or something, I don't know. Something. Then I also started Scary Berry because we were supposed to stitch on something with gravestones. So I started this. I didn't start it on the silk gauze that comes with it, but I started Scary Berry by Erica Michaels because you can't really tell on here, but you know, on the back there's a little bitty tombstones in there, so it counted. But this one, I don't know how soon this is going to be done. I'm stitching it on 40 count something or other, and that's as far as I got, so not that far, but nothing much to look at. But yeah, that one, it's kind of big. 205 by 121.
Deceptively big.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it was that big, but at least stitching it on fabric, I don't have to stitch the whole background.
Yeah.
So therefore it's not going to be, I really can't remember what fabric I'm using on that. I cut it off something. I actually cut it.
Shocking.
Amazing. And let's see. Yep, I think that was all that I worked on during the Downton Abbey retreat. And I had fun at the retreat. I met some new people and talked to some old friends and had a good time hanging out.
Nice.
So that was my experience with that. Do you have anything else you want to show during my intermission of me talking?
Picking up what you're putting down. Okay, so I did another new start that is very exciting. Oh shit. Oh crap. Whatever. Okay. This is Nora Corbett, Moon Glow. And
She's so pretty.
I love this. And so I picked out this fabric. This is Picture This Plus. I think it's Echo. And there's, I don't even think. I think it goes this way. Here's my big start. Da-da-da. But it started.
That's right.
So yeah, that's another one of my starts. I'm behind on my amount of starts, so I need to get it together and get some more things started. But I've been a little focused on a couple of things, and so that's where that's at.
Yeah, she likes to focus on other things.
I like to stitch. I'm becoming a stitch on one thing person, so I don't know. I tend to be sticking to the thing that I'm working on.
Yep. So then that brings us to Melena's birthday.
And Athena surprised us. Well, sort of surprised me. A couple of days, the weekend, whatever. 4 days before she was going to come, maybe. And said that she was going to come for my birthday week. So she came on Monday and she stayed until the following Sunday. So almost the full week. And hung out with me, and then we decided we would have a finishing day for my birthday. So I took that Tuesday off work, and we came over here and annoyed Mom and finished stuff when Mom was leaving the next day, and we were well, who cares if you need to pack, you need to work on this stuff. And so
That was fun.
I FFO'd one thing and gave it to Mom.
Yep, and I have that.
And I started FFOing some other things and didn't really get it. I forgot to bring that box, to be honest with you, so I don't have them with me. But I didn't get very far on any of the other stuff that I was doing.
This was a cute finish that she gave to me because she didn't like it, she said. But I think it's so cute.
So I gave it to Mama.
So it's that little...
It's a Sue Hillis designs, and it came from Needlework Galleria as one of those...
the round robin things? Okay.
Well, and that's
really
where
cute.
it came from. The whole kitted up everything. So I had it stitched for a while because it was a while ago at that.
That's so
and
cute.
I followed her instructions to finish it. I just didn't. I pulled it a little too tight for the amount of puffiness I was wanting it to have, but
No, she didn't. Oh, it's cute. So
it
it's
turned
got
out.
a little
Then you're
piece
supposed
on
to put felt on the back, but I didn't really think it needed it because it looks pretty okay to
isn't it
me,
cute?
just fine like
With a little
that.
button
So
in there.
I just left it
I think it
without
looks fine without anything
the felt.
like that.
So
I like it. It's cute.
I gave it to Mama.
Thank
You're welcome. That was my FFO. Mom
I liked
didn't
it.
FFO anything of her own because she
No.
was working on our stuff.
I was helping
She was-
Athena
Yeah.
sew pillows and
Yeah.
you need to turn it. Pull that shade.
Just keep talking.
Okay. So one thing that we got from Athena when she came to visit us was she gave us our, she made everybody a birthday shirt. So she made me this cute Protect Our National Park shirt.
Yep. I love it. I helped pick it out for Mama, and it's a sparkly. It's hard to tell because of whatever's going on with the sun
it's
right
so
now. But
pretty.
yep. And this is the
Whoops.
one. Well, you can't see it. This is the one. This is the one she made for me. And this vinyl is like a mermaid print vinyl, so it's super cute. That one's not the problem. It's this one. And so, yeah, it's good enough. So this is my birthday shirt. I love it.
It's so cute. And I helped pick that one out and what it should say and all that.
Yep.
And then we both got shirts that are kind of political, but kind of not. But anyway.
Whatever. If you don't know where we stand, then
Gulf of Mexico. Stay salty.
and resist.
And resist. I'll be wearing that one a lot.
Yep.
That's what happened. So we had that fun finishing day, and then I left the next day to go to Nebraska, where we were, well, actually I went to Colorado to visit my cousin Terry, and hi Terry, if you're watching this, probably not, but she's not a stitcher. So anyway, I worked on the golden rings at her house and the Santa Cruz at her house, because I finished gold rings at her house. And then we left there and went to Grand Junction and ran around Grand Junction for a little while and stayed in Fruita, California. And then we went on to Baker, Nevada, where we drove the scenic route in Great Basin National Park. And then the next day we went to Lehman Caves at Great Basin National Park, which if you get a chance to go, well, Baker is not a very big town that we stayed in, but the cave there is gorgeous. And it has a lot of really pretty formations in it. So I would say if you ever get a chance to go there, do it, because it was pretty. Then we went on to, and I finished Santa Cruiser while we were in Great Basin, and then we drove to West Valley, Utah, and went to the Tulip Festival at Thanksgiving Point, which was gorgeous. If you're in Utah when they're having the Tulip Festival, I say go to it, because it was really pretty. And then we went on to Ogden, Utah, which was for the Stitch West retreat. That was a lot of fun. I met a lot of new people there. I met Cindy and Brooke and Joanne and Susan and Stephanie and Eliza that were at my table, and Cindy that was at my table also, and Laura that was at my table. Laura and Cindy got there kind of late, so, and then I ran into Karen Cawthorn that I know, and Rachel that I had met at StitchCon in 2023. So I didn't even know that I was going to know anybody there, but I did. And I got to meet Sarah King from Our Stitching Kingdom live and in person, and then I also got to meet her daughter Alice, who, you know, will be a world famous dancer someday. She's in a lot of really cool dancing stuff that Sarah puts videos of her on her Flosstube sometimes. They're really cute. So we all got, of course, our name tag. And when you went in and registered, they gave everybody this box, which is of course down at the bottom of the box. They gave everyone this box, which made out of rulers. It says Stitch West on it, from Chicks and Stitches. And there were about 213 people, I think, on there in the Facebook group for this retreat. So that was a lot of people. I had to make all those for. And one thing I thought was really nice during the retreat, Deb and Kev came around to everyone's table and handed out these floss keepers. Is that what you call them? I don't know what you call them. Floss drop, floss keeper, whatever you call it. So they came around personally because they wanted to talk to everyone. So I thought that was really a neat idea that they did. And that was cool. So I know I'm going to be using that. Then I don't have all of them, but I made everybody that was at my table a table gift, which they could pick. I also had ones that were bees, but everybody picked them. Bees are so popular that everybody picked them. So I had these little mushroom and butterfly, and then on the inside I put some needles in there and a little charm, and then a little tag that said what the needles were, so they knew what they were. And then everybody could pick a little pair of scissors to put in the needle book So that's what I made for the table gifts. And then what I got for the table gifts was, this was from Susan, who I sat next to. She gave everyone's, she says she doesn't sew or isn't, I don't know, she's not creative, but she doesn't sew or anything like that. So she gave everybody some project cards and then this little box of goodies that has like clips and magnety things and these peels and these little cute things to scoop your loose threads up, all in this cute little box. So thanks, Susan, I love it. And I know I can definitely use that. And then I think this one was from Lara. And she gave everybody this cute vinyl bag with flowers. And then on the inside, it had a seam ripper. And it also had these delicious caramels, which I ate one, but I saved one. So now I can eat all this stuff. And these Utah truffles, mint truffles. I'm not a big fan of mint, but this one was very good. It was not, doesn't have a strong mint flavor, which I like. And also there was a little needle threader in there. But that was fun stuff. Thank you, Laura. And then, let's see, who was this from? That was not from my table. From Eliza gave everybody a cute little, I don't know what these are.
For your orts?
Are they for your orts?
I don't know.
I don't know. But this cute little tray that snaps. You can have a little tray. Gave everybody that. I don't know if that was supposed to be a coaster or...
Oh, it could be that too.
I don't know. Anyway, it's cute. Thank you, Eliza. I love that. And then Joanne, that was at my table, gave everybody whatever these are called. I can't remember. You can stick your threads on.
Thread keeper.
Thread holder.
Thread bed.
Thread bed. Maybe. With some cute little charms. Should say 2025. Thanks, Joanne. I love it. Even though I don't know the names of it. And then Cindy said she inherited a bunch of fabric, so she's been just like making a bunch of these things. So she gave everybody these cute vintagey flowery fabrics. Thank you, Cindy. That was also awesome. And then somebody that I didn't even get to meet, and I wish I would have, because Lori Humphrey gave everybody this little Stitch West sheep that she stitched, since Shepherd's Bush was the designer for this retreat. Like, how awesome is that she made that many of these? So cute. Thank you so much, Lori, if you're watching this. That was awesome. And then this was at our table, had Stitch West, had some troll sour candies and some Twizzlers. And I think it had some other stuff, but I ate some of it. And then this was, I don't know who this was from. This was from Pam, that was also at our table. Pam. She gave us some mints and a Band-Aid and some Kit Kats which I think there was another Kit Kat. I think I ate that one. Thanks, Pam. And then Natalie, let's see, IG Bookworm Natalie and Simply Vicky 2016. I gave some things to them and they gave me these threads. And then Cherry Tree Cottage Designs, Michelle gave everybody these little things for brushing threads off your fabric, and another candy and a needle threader. And then I got this, I can't remember the lady's name that I got this cute little avocado from. I should know it, but I cannot remember. And then Stephanie at our table gave everybody a sticker, and I don't know if she gave us this threader. I can't remember. And then I got another one of these mascara wand things for brushing off your fabric. And this thread was Live and Die LA. Is that what it is? I don't want to say the wrong person. Or Dying to Stitch.
I can't help you, I'm sorry.
I brought something else from her, so maybe I put that. I'll correct myself. But anyway, she came around and gave everybody, they got to pick a little hank of thread. But that was the one I picked. And then I also got this needle minder, says Prairie Fire Stitcher. From Prairie Fire Stitcher. Oh, pink with the fire. And that was my goodies that I got from the retreat. I think that was all. Then, since Prairie Schooler was the designer, our project that we got was, we got this little bag, and it came with a thread card in there for all the pearl cottons to stitch the bag. And that's part of the design that's on the bag. And this also chart was in there too, and it came with the finishing fabric because they said everybody likes to have their own count and their own colors and whatever, so they just gave us the finishing fabric and the chenille and then the pattern, which I thought was very cute. And this is the pattern for the bag, which is very, very cute. And we made a scissor fob to go on the bag. That was our Make It, Take It, which somewhere around here I put my scissor fob. I don't know where I put it, but it's around here somewhere. If I find it, I will show it to you. And then, of course, there was shopping. This was actually before the retreat that I shopped at Colorado Cross Stitcher in Loveland, Colorado, because that's where my cousin lives also. I got this little Timely Trinkets March edition. It says, Lucky You. And this was actually on sale, so I picked that up because I don't really have a lot of St. Patrick's Day things. And I also got this St. Patrick's Day Quaker from the Primrose Cottage. That was cute. And I had to pick up Lily from Stacy Mash Animal Crackers because she's so cute. And then I got the frill for the Blooming Tiny Town. And some Bowen needles because I like Bowen needles. And you can never go short of needles. So that was what I got from Colorado Cross Stitcher. Then on to Shepherd's Bush, which I actually went to like 3 times. You know, when people want to go shopping, then you go, okay, I'll go too. So I bought these boxes. Show you the black one. And basically, you put your stitching in the top. And they gave me a helpful hint, was like just iron interfacing on the back of it, and then you're gonna cut your stitching right to fit in there so it doesn't take up, so it will actually fit in there. Because otherwise it would stick out too far. And then I bought the brown box for this one, but this is Thanksgiving box. Happy Thanksgiving box pattern, and it's a kit. Actually comes with all the threads and everything, and a needle. And this Halloween one, which is hence the black box. And I didn't really want to buy the white box, so I thought the black box would work for this Valentine's Filled with Love box. And it's on pink, but it has a black roof, so the other ladies and I seem to think this would work good in the black one too. So that,
I think that would work.
I do too. Then I got Quirky Quaker Ghost, Quirky Quaker Skeleton, Quirky Quaker Jack-o'-lantern, and Quirky Quaker Bat. Because I have none of these, and I like them all, and so I got it. Then I have this little, this says, "Thanks a Bunch, a complimentary design with Peter Charm, especially for you," by Just Nan. And then it's a little Daisy Biscornu, which I thought was, or, well, I don't know, square. I thought it would be cute for a Biscornu. And the chart they said was free, but the charm they charged me for, which is fine. So I got that one because I thought it was cute. I got these little scissor point protectors. You put your scissor points in the hole. And it was matched to my purple scissors, so I got a purple mushy. There's the brown box. And then I had to get this Stitching Rules by Primrose Cottage, because if you can tell in there, it says count twice, stitch once. So I had to buy it. It was a have to. I had to.
Had to.
I was forced into it.
No choices.
So they showed, I saw these all in a Facebook post, and it showed all these little pillows, and that's where I first saw it. So when I went there one time, I didn't realize it was in there because it was had so much writing. I didn't really read it all, and then I was like, oh, it's in this book. So then I went back and got the book. Just had to. Then they had this free chart from the Nashville market laying out there. It says ready to stitch, and that was designed by Teresa Kogan. So I had to get that because it was free and it was out there. So yeah. And I got this pink Newcastle blush linen in 40 count because it's pretty and I liked it. And they always have their bags that say shepherd's bush, but with the sheep, but then they always have these cute little cards with the needle tying your bag. So I only got 2 because they were like, well, have you been here before? And I was like, yes. I think they were running out of cards. So, like, yeah, I already have 2. So, and then I got all these threads to go with the quirky Quakers because I didn't think I had all of these. So, yeah, I got those. I'm not saying all the names. And some pony needles. And then from the freebie table, I got this cute, this was obviously out of a magazine. They always have the freebie things in some of the magazines. And I thought that tree was really cute, and it's a cute little stand-up, so I thought, what the heck? So I got that. And then I got Fall Most of All chart. It was a freebie. And Biddy Bowl Club April, that was a freebie. It was Live and Die LA. So I got this thread, which is similar to the thread that I picked out because I wanted to stitch one of those little turtles like I made Melina and my sister with black with this rainbow thread for its shell because I thought it'd be cute. And then I got some Smack the Jellyfish because my friend Kevin, he's from Akio Whips Flosstube. He has some of this Smack the Jellyfish fabric that he's stitching a pirate thing on, and everybody always using Oz, and I saw that she had this in 40 count, so I got some because it's so pretty.
It is pretty.
Gorgeous.
It's showing up pretty true to color too.
Yeah, it's bright and it's wild, and I love it. That'd be so cool for, whatever, Halloween. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but it's mine.
You got it.
I love it. And then I was talking to Joyful Stitching. She had these project bags. And this was Teresa Kogut fabric. And I have some stitching that I'm doing that's patriotic, but I don't really have any, I didn't ever have any patriotic bags, so I got one. And she included some floss in there too. I thought that was pretty nice.
Nice.
So, whew, I think that's all from that retreat. I think.
Well, while Mom was doing all of whatever was going on over there, this was one of the things that I've been working on a lot. This is my,
I love it.
I think it's called No More is the official name of it by Birdie's Crossing. I like to call it my FUCK project because that big word's gonna be in the middle. But I have made a lot of progress on this, and so I did a couple of things to fix it because this part was off center down here, and so this patriarchy word was switched with this word, so I flipped them because I figured it would fit, and I could even everything and make it all centered. So I'm doing some minor changes, so you can kind of see that I've stitched around where the changes need to happen because I need to sit down and actually count that out. So the only thing that's under here is like a little row of like little heart flower, like, kind of like that kind of thing right under here, and then the rest of it, I mean, is mainly like this stuff in the center and that down there, which is this mirrored. And so I'm pretty close. I'm at like 78%, so
That's awesome.
getting there.
So pretty.
This is on a silk weaver, even weave. I don't have the, oh, I do have, no, that's not the right thing. I don't have the thing with me, so I can't remember
It's
the
so
name
pretty.
of it, but I know it's a silk weaver. Yep,
I love it.
made a lot of progress on that
Love,
one.
love, love. Love it. So anyway, that was sad. I left Utah. I started calling birds the day I left Utah, which is Satsuma Street. Calling birds, and I finished it after I got home. Well, right before I got home, I finished. In the car. It's so cute.
I like that one.
I love this one. This was my favoriteest one. And I don't have all of her 12 Days of Christmas. Like, I don't have the French hen or all of them.
Guess you better get shopping.
I need to get them. They're so cute. Ah, I love it. So then that brings us to May. All of my table at Stitch West said they were going to be at the Spring Mingle, which was from Lindy Stitches, Stephanie Webb. She had hosted the Jingle Ball, so she hosted the Spring Mingle, and Kathy Haberman, Hands on Design, had a bees knees please, or I don't know. Anyway, she had a class, was making this pin cushion with bees and stuff on it. It was really cute. I didn't sign up for the class because 70 things. And then she also had a little hour-long session where if you had something that you didn't quite know how you wanted to finish it, she would give you ideas on how to finish it, which was really interesting, and I think a lot of people got some good ideas from that. I know I did, so it was fun. And I never really met up with anybody that was from my table at Stitch West. They were, I think a couple of them weren't really able to participate in everything, and so anyway, I was there, did some of the speed dating, and I talked to Pam from Nashville, Kimberly, I did not get where you were from, so sorry. I also talked to Deanne from Canada, and she said she was doing 55 starts for her 55th birthday, and I said, yay, somebody's crazy as me.
Not quite.
Hey. And then I also talked to Megan from Virginia, and she is the creativity behind Lap and Loops fabric, that she dyes all the fabrics. Her mom is Lucy Beam, Love and Stitches. So I talked with her a little bit, and I talked with Jennifer from Texas. I also talked with, these were my speed dating people. I talked to Mare, who's from Las Vegas, Linda from Kentucky, Jessica from Virginia, Linda from the Quad Cities. So I told Linda about the Illinois group, Land of
Nice.
Lincoln Stitchers, so hopefully she'll join up and I can see her more in there. And then Vicky from New York, Natalia from Tennessee, and Salem. I didn't get where Salem was from either, but I had talked to her in one of the chat rooms too. So, and I talked to Leah, who is Rhubarb Patch Studio on Flosstube, and I talked to her for quite a while, and then I went and subscribed and watched her Flosstube, which was awesome. She showed like all of her finishes that she did for 2024, and then her 12 days of Christmas stitching that she did, which was awesome. So if you get a chance, go check her out. And then I also talked with Elizabeth from Rainy Ann Stitches. She also has a floss tube. Her floss tube, sorry Elizabeth, but I only watched part of it last night because I was too late to watch all of it. So she had a long one, but it was good. She had a lot of cute stuff. And I will be watching the rest of it this evening. So if you get a chance, go check her out. Rainy Ann Stitches, and Rainy is Rainey. And then I also talked to another Linda. I don't know if she would want me to say her whole name on here, but hi Linda. I talked to her for quite a while. She was fun. And then these were people I talked to a lot when everybody else decided to go to bed. So it was just us hanging out. And then Lindsay from Counting Puddles was one of the cross-stitch designers that had a little get-to-know-you thing. And the other one is, I did not write her down. I did not write her name down. Well, she is, I can't even think of the name that she designs under. Her designs kind of are very Art Deco-ish though, and I really liked them. She designed a really pretty hummingbird pattern, exclusive for the Jingle Ball. And
Spring Mingle.
the Lindsay from Counting Puddles designed is really pretty. Like, had 3 birds and all these blossoms. Oh, it was really pretty, but I didn't buy anything. We got a freebie chart from there that says Spring Mingle 2025. It has a little robin that's holding a needle with thread in its beak. It's really cute and has some lavender flowers.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun. I had a good time, even though I wasn't really intending to sign up for that until, because I didn't know if I would be home or what I was doing. But then when all my Stitch West table mates were saying they were going to be there, I thought, okay, I'll sign up too. So anyways, that was that. That was fun. It was not really a retreat, but just a little time to chat and have fun with your fellow Stitchers, get to know people. I had a good time. And I started this Mill Hill sheep egg at some point before that chat, Spring Mingle. And I finished it last night. So there is my finish of the egg. And then they had they had a finish parade that you could go on. They had a thing where you could go backstage. They pulled you on stage and you could talk about stuff. So I talked about my finishes and showed everybody my Sea Dandelion by Barbara Anna, because I finished that during the Spring Mingle. And then I showed them the little snail that from the Black Needle Society that went with the night garden. And showed them that one that I finished to stand up. People seem to like the snail a lot. So anyway, that was kind of fun because, you know, I wasn't not used to being on the big
Presenter.
in front of everybody there. I don't know how many people were at that Spring Mingle, but it seemed like there were quite a few.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Cool.
I had a good time. So she's doing another one, I think in July. So I think I might sign up for that one too. I don't think I have anything going on in July.
Nice.
Unless Alyssa comes to visit with Dahlia, and then too bad, Dahlia wins.
Agreed. Let's see. Other thing I worked on is my Red Mermaid kit, RTO kit, and I have made a lot of progress on her.
Gorgeous.
She looks so good.
She does look good.
So good.
So pretty.
So I'm getting closer. I don't even think I'm at 70% yet, but that doesn't include any of the back stitching either, which I didn't rechart digitally for myself. So yeah, but she looks so good. You can like really tell like what she is and like that she's a person and everything. Now it looks good. So I'm getting there, and I've been really focused on this. So I don't know. I keep going like maybe I could finish it by StitchCon, but then I realize like StitchCon is kind of close and there's still quite a bit of this to go. So I don't
like
know.
30 days.
Maybe, but maybe not. That's a lot of stitching to get done in that time frame.
Yeah.
I mean,
looking
if
so
I
good,
was
though.
cranking at the rate I have been for like the end of the last week and the beginning of this week, I could, but I don't. That's not going to continue. So,
Right. So pretty.
yeah. But I love her.
I do too.
So she's getting closer. And my only, well, I think I did. I know that I bought some other stuff because I ordered some floss from 123 Stitch.
Oh yeah, I still
Couldn't
have lots of haul.
Order it by itself, so I ordered these scissors with it too.
Those scissors are pretty.
But I got this yesterday in the mail. This is my April fabric of the month from Under the Sea Fabrics called Malingong.
That's
I don't know, but
gorgeous.
it's really pretty.
That is really
It's
pretty.
really, really pretty.
Oh my gosh. I love
And I
that.
feel like the colors are showing up pretty true on
Ooh,
there.
yeah.
It's really pretty.
That is gorgeous.
So I'm very happy with that
I
one.
like it.
And that's a 32 count linen.
That's beautiful.
So it could be good for a mermaid, or I don't know. It's really pretty. So that's it for me. I'm tapped on stuff to show now.
I got haul. More haul. More haul. Well, I got some Stitchy Kindness too. Because I got this from
Oh wait, no I'm not. I have something else. That.
Bobby from Plum Creek Primitive.
Pumpkin Creek.
Oh, Pumpkin Creek. Yes, Pumpkin Creek. Primitive. Send me this cute journal. I don't know, you really don't want to call it a junk journal.
She said it's a shut up and it's pretty, look at it. Or something like that is what she called it.
That's gorgeous.
Shut up and look at it.
See, it's got tags in there. Mine is all Halloweeny. She's making these for everybody for their birthday. And then it even has a little fabric in there, lacy fabric.
Ooh.
And the Gothic castle. So, like you can journal on these little cards in there. Cute haunted house. And then if you unwrap the front, I have more stuff.
Very cute.
It's cute. But really, I like that. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
It has this little owlie tag in there. And the witch's brew. I hate covering that up though, it's so cute.
I got one for my birthday also, and this is mine. It's like dark Cinderella theme, and there's the back.
Ooh, that's cool.
And then when you open it up, it's got all this stuff in there. It's got like pictures underneath here too. There's like stuff hidden all over in here.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
oop.
Whoop, there goes one of them.
And so you can kind of take these off and you get like the whole ballroom scene in the background. And if you take these, there's a, you know, so there's the only ones I don't like are these ones that look like the animals. They're creepy. I don't know. I might have. She told me to throw it away. I might have thrown one of them away because it was freaking me out. I was like, there's only one thing that was creepy. She was worried it was going to be too creepy, and I don't think it's too creepy, but there was one picture that I was like, that one's freaking me out. I don't like that one. She was like, just throw that picture away. It's fine.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was like it was supposed to be like the horse but it's like a person horse. I don't know. It was freaking me out. But you, like, so these could be like little bookmark things, I think, on their own too.
yeah.
If they use it that way, and then all these little pictures come out of there, and same thing with this one. It's really cool.
That is cool.
She said these were supposed to be the mice, and they were freaking her out, but they didn't bother me as much as the other one. The one that was supposed to be the horse was the one that was getting me like, I don't like that. I think I did maybe throw it away.
It's not in here anyway.
I don't see it, so. But yeah, really cool. So it's just a good thing to put out on the display, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're really cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
So thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, thank you, Bobby. I love mine. So also I got from Lynn, I got a birthday card and some floss.
I got the same from Lynn,
Purple,
but
my
it didn't
favorite color.
didn't make it into the bag because the card's set up in my kitchen and I forgot to grab it while I was running out the door. So it's
Thank
up
you,
in my
Lynn.
house.
That was awesome.
Yes, thank you.
And then from my sister, Cheryl, thank you, Cheryl. She brought me this bag of trims because I was going to work on these bunnies that were for Easter that were felt embroideries. But, yeah, so she gave me these little ribbon trims because they sent red and white gingham, which to me didn't really go with the Easter theme of bunnies. So it's a cute little flower trim and stuff in there, so she brought that to me, so thank you, Cheryl. And then I've been at this thrift store that I went to with my friend Cindy, and found this in there for $2, and I thought, well, this would be cute to put some cross stitch in, so I got that for $2.
Oh, I found the horse thing. I didn't throw it away.
Nah.
Oh, it's freaking me out. I don't like that one. Put that in.
That
Put
bad.
that in the secret spot.
That's not that bad.
I don't like it.
So then I went to Piece and Applique Quilt Shop, where I got this cute fabric that was springy, that I thought could be cute for some little needlebook. It has little chicks on it. What a cute backing fabric. And I got this really cute bunny fabric. There's all kinds of bunnies on it, doing various things. And I thought that was really cute to be cute for some little pillow backing. And I found some wools. I have this chicken pin cushion. I was gonna do it in white, but then I thought, maybe I could do it in black.
That would be cute.
Kind of cute
Yeah.
too. So I got those wools, and then I got these little chocolate, chocolate bunnies that are buttons, but my sister Vicky had taken these and cut the backs of the buttons off and glued them onto pins and made counting pins with them, which were very cute. So I thought that's what I was gonna do with them too. I'm a copycat.
Whatever.
Then I went to the Treadle the other day because I needed some beads to finish this egg because I kept running out of beads. I don't know where this kit came from, but it was either in stash that my sister gave to me, Vicky, or somebody else got it for me. Anyway, I kept running out of beads, so I went to the Treadle to see if they had any. They only had the white ones. So I got those. But she was having a big sale, so I spent way more than what I was intending to spend in there. But, that's how it goes. I got this wool felt and this wool felt because I've got this fabric And cut that with your scissors. To make some more needle books with these cute little bees and flowers. I don't know if you can see the bees in there, but they're in there. And I thought this orange
That goes good, yeah.
good with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then this fabric, because I thought it could be for the inside of the needle book, but I might just use the same fabric. I don't know. Could be used that. And then I got this to make needle books because, you know, frogs. So I got that. There's frogs every which way. I can't even know which way they should go, but I thought this blue felt went good with that. So, and then I got this magnet strip because I was thinking about my sewing machine and I could put this magnet on there for a ruler guide. That's why I got this magnet strip. But I can also use it on magnet boards with my patterns that are like the Mill Hills or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my haul. I think that was all my haul. Nope, I lied. I got the new Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It's not really new now because I saw somebody had already stitched this and finished it. Which I want to stitch that because I love it. And I kitted up this other one though. So, you know, have another start. I wasn't intending to start, but this one. Because it's adorable. And that was designed by Whitley Quimby of Sugar Maple Designs. So cute. I love that one. And I think Devi was stitching that. I think she was having a stitch along with that. With the stitching bunny. That's so cute. I do want to start that one. I love it. And I really like this box. I don't know. Maybe I could figure it out. But I think that's pretty. That's by Manny Vidana. And I like the spring blooms from Amanda Corbett of Starlight Stitching Company. Got a lot of good springy stuff in here. It's Jan Hicks, Hello Spring was cute. Looks like you're looking through a window almost. It's red. And this one's cute. Hey Peeps. That's by Cherry Hill Stitchery. Basically all of the cross stitch ones I have are pretty. Save the Bees. Beautiful. That is by Nerd Candor of Twin Peak Primitives. And of course, Flowers of Beauty Space. So that was, I think now I'm done. Amazing.
That was basically a you video.
I know. Well, 2 retreats and a chat and finishing and kinds of stuff.
Yep, so that's it. Now she's off to on more travels and I'll see her at some point.
Yep, we'll be back in June. And then, like, what, 6 days, then we leave to go to StitchCon.
I'll be here.
But she'll be going to StitchCon too.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll be having fun at StitchCon. I think that's all I got. I mean, that was enough. We're already gone like an hour and a half, which is long.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
I could talk about some other stuff, but it's not important, so
Yeah.
I think we're good.
So anyway, have a lovely, lovely stitching time.
Yes.
And thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming back and watching us. And we'll see you
In June.
sometime in June.
In June. Bye.
Bye.